I'm not saying I won't do it, but I will take better precautions. Once I had a girl sit on my face and I literally almost drowned. Heterosexual men who don't eat pussy, why not? Welcome back to another NSFW story time, hosted by your favorite narrator, Andrew from Alien Radio. Today's going to be a fun one, so grab your anime waifu body pillow and some popcorn. Also, while you're here, like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell button. If you don't, then you'll probably die of ligma. Let's not duck around any longer and get into the stories. No one will let me. Let's get an F in the chat. Not a man, but as a waxer, I know the answer. Women are taught repeatedly that the vagina is self-cleaning, but not taught that the vagina is not the vulva. Soap your folds, people. I got run over by a drunk driver while crossing the street and now have chronic neck back pain. Going down on my wife leaves me borderline crippled in bed for 20 to 30 minutes afterwards. Still do it, just not nearly as often as I used to. Sad times. Lay on your back and have her straddle your face. Get comfortable with your head and neck supported and let her climb aboard. We just had a kid and she's pretty self-conscious regarding her body. Her on top doesn't happen, and I'm not gonna push her for it. She's already doing 95% of the work with our kid. I don't want to ask her for more, you know? Great suggestion, wrong circumstances. Hopefully somewhere down the line. She doesn't like beard hairs. Oh god, my BF once went down on me, and all was good and nice, and then, just as I'm about to cum, he's thinking it would be a great idea to ruby beard against her pussy. Rarely have I ever been so pissed about a ruined orgasm. And we had been together for 1.5 years at that point. He had gone down on me countless times. I'm not opposed to it all. My ex didn't want it. She was really self-conscious about her bits. We eventually ended up breaking things off for other reasons, but I was always willing to go down. She pulled the "you never went down on me" card at one point, and I never understood why. So confusing. It's unfortunate, but a lot of women are super self-conscious about their bits. Probably worried about smelling, I would assume. I mean, unless you're unhygienic or have an infection, most girls don't smell or taste like anything other than skin, and honestly, even if they have a slight pussyish smell, it's kind of a turn on. Pheromones are a hell of a drug. I totally understand the being self-conscious factor. My confusion was based on the fact that I was willing to do it. Regardless of any factors, then her saying no, and then using her insecurities against me as part of the reason as to why things went sideways. I'm right here. I want to do it if you want it. You help me, I help you. Just don't hold it against me when you say no. Late here, but I dated a Lithuanian guy once who said it was like, if you can't please a woman just with your dick, you're not a real man. Like if you go down on your girlfriend, that makes you less manly because she's not overcome with pleasure just from getting a pounding from you. He also suggested bringing a knife into the bedroom at one point. He wanted to run the tip of the blade over my skin. I'll pass, thanks. Kind of same here. My ex was Mexican and he was not into eating pussy. I didn't really care because I have yet to find a dude who is good at it, but he basically let it fall back on his culture. Me being a Canadian chick didn't say anything as not to offend his race, but I stopped sucking his dick and said my Canadian culture is treat people the way you want to be treated. He didn't like that. Edit. Not all Mexicans, obviously. Also, when I use the term treat people the way you want to be treated goes exactly the opposite way. If I treated people the way only I wanted to be treated, then better hide yo wife, hide yo husbands, cuz I'd be raping everyone up in here. Jokes aside, it goes both ways when you use that term. The irony is that only a fourth of women can orgasm from penetration alone, so it's highly likely his partners were faking it to soothe his ego. If he's not using his tongue or fingers during foreplay sex, or a vibrator, for duck's sake, then it's unlikely the women were genuinely orgasming. Source: research papers, being an actual woman, and hearing my friends complain about lack of oral fingering sex toy usage in their sex lives, or how they have to masturbate once the deed is over. For the love of God, people, wash yourselves first. Sexy shower time is good stuff. You want a blowjob? Wash you balls and shaft like you mean it. You want your man's mouth all up in your business? Wash it. All the nooks and crannies need to be cleaned. Showering together is good foreplay. Added benefit is not having to wonder whether or not you smell good to your partner. Yay. Problem solved. Actually, I think I clean myself more thoroughly when I shower alone. I always feel like I cannot clean myself thoroughly when I shower with my BF, hence I would not be comfortable enough to let him go down on me afterwards. My best friend used to tell me that her boyfriend wouldn't do it because it didn't taste good. If I remember correctly, her response was something along the lines of, "Well, your dick doesn't taste good either, you dumbass," but I still ducking inhaled that bad boy. Edit. I think I need to clarify, he said it didn't taste good. The man didn't think it had a bad taste, his dumbass was just expecting a chocolate-flavored pussy or some crap. As for him, yeah, he probably didn't wash it, it sounds like something he'd do. Edit again. They aren't together anymore, so it's all good. I'm sure she'd appreciate your flavored lube suggestions though. A quick shower and scrubbing of both sides parts is a big helper for oral sex. Seriously, just wipe the sweat off your penis with a lil soap. Edit. Shout out to Punderful Day, who posted below correcting about usage of soap on the vagina and then answering people's questions farther down the thread. Would love to. Girlfriend is self-conscious. Most of us are. I thought there was something wrong with me because the 3 guys I slept with up until my current BF pretty much refused to eat me out. However, they would constantly be asking for head or whatever. The 3rd guy, my most recent ex, only ate me out when he was really drunk and could never find the clit. It's literally not even that hard to find, but he couldn't even find it when he was sober. Edit. I apparently didn't make this clear, but I did try to tell him where it was. I tried to communicate, but that guy was a lost cause. When he did finally find it, he decided biting it was a good idea. Hey. Just a quick note here. Communication is a great tool to tell your man where your clit is. I never understood why a woman would just let someone eat them out for an hour before being like, "Oh, just try it this way in this spot." It takes 2 seconds to just inform someone how to do something or where to do it. But instead, people would rather complain about guys not knowing where it is. Lol, what a loser. The best thing my former GF ever did for me was just be like, "Oh, this is how I like it." Boom. Orgasmed every time after that because I knew what she liked. Does she have a pretty chatty internal dialogue? I found that when my partner eases into it and really focuses on relaxing me first, it dismantles my self-consciousness and allows me to feel the pleasure more. The big one is moving focus away from genitalia. Long lush finger strokes, sweeping circles, tongue and mouth action, and massage over limbs and non-erogenous zones are great. Working from out in. You will feel your partner relax and hear it in their breathing. If they start tensing back up when you try to move forward, just step back again to something that was working. Patience and time is key. I don't do it often because I usually tear the little thing under my tongue. For real, for anyone who experiences this, it's a legit medical issue where your lingual frenulum, the skin under your tongue, is malformed. Normal anatomy will not cause that skin to tear, even from strenuous activities such as eating someone out. The operation to fix this is easy and quick, with usually fast recovery time. Untreated, repeated tears can cause a buildup of scar tissue, which can become painful and lead to infections. See a doctor, guys. It's called ankylosing, and it is now a common thing for children to be repaired. However, it wasn't as common 15 years ago. The reason it's repaired is because it can cause problems with speech, swallowing, and recurring injuries. Have a DR recommend it for the recurring injuries. Don't say how you goof, just say you do it eating, don't specify the dish. My son has his fixed at 2 days old because he couldn't nurse. She tells me not to even though I'm willing. Same. My wife is very self-conscious about herself and thinks she will smell or taste bad, even though she is very clean and showers every single night. But man, all I want to do sometimes is bury my face right in there or even have her sit on my face. She also has TMJ pretty bad and can't give me oral very often either, so our oral repertoire is pretty limited, unfortunately. Anyone else experience this? It usually smells the same to her, but to me it sometimes smells great and sometimes smells nasty. Occasionally she'll think it smells bad, but it's a toss-up how I'll reply. Are there pheromones that opposite sexes are literally unable to smell? Track it with her cycle. It's likely that you think it smells great when she is at her fertile time in her cycle. The nasty times might be at the less fertile times or might be after sex or after she eats certain foods. Strong or faint smell has more to do with what she has been doing, what she's wearing, tight clothes and fabrics that don't breathe can lead to some strong pussy smell, how aroused she's been, and how long has it been since she showered.
Like and subscribe for more funny, interesting, and scary r/ask Reddit videos.